Right, shalom. All right, before we start the lesson, we want to bless the names of our power, to give all praise and his glory to the names of our power. Barakatah YAHAWAH, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Paul Liar, Noah, YAHAWAH, Shin, YAHAWASHI, Shin, Tafadah, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, these are the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. We also want to give double honors to the apostles and elders and the millstones and moving and teach well. Much give respect to the sincere Aki who are labor works. And shalom to the believers and the Aki of our to be your brothers and sisters, which subscribe to the truth. All right, your brother's voice, YAHAWASHI, H-Town. All right, and Lord willing, blessed and be edifying. All right, that's the main purpose, to edify you. All right. The spirit came onto the brother and I earlier, pretty much meditating terror. Damn devils just talking about, like just whooping their ass for all the shit that they done to us as a nation, as a people, and not just us as a people, but our head. What they did to YAHAWASHI, and people going against our Heavenly Father, YAHAWAH, right? That's the whole line. When they did to YAHAWAH, they done to YAHAWASHI, they did to the nation of Israel, and those who truly believe in the name of our comfort and the truth of God. So we can meditate on what it be like whooping your ass. Right? You saw Edom in other nations, right? You saw Edom, you will get your ass whooped. Right? And this scripture goes into it. You literally get your ass whooped, you in your own nation. And these heathen nations, even 2/3 of our nation, right? But it's going to be very much more personal with Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, and these heathen nations. Right? So we would start like this, like the open scripture. PG version, 2, verse 2.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 17. For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. I am watching them closely, and I see every sin.
Every sin, not some sin. Even the wicked shit that goes in the most secret place, the mind, right? Even those sins are being recorded. Even those thoughts, those sins can also be they're also being seen as well. Right?
They cannot hope to hide from me.
Right? So every sin, every act, every thought, whether it's actually manifested to the world or it's hidden within your mind behind closed doors, it is all being watched closely, right? Watched closely, okay? Especially for the 2/3 of our nation, other nations, but especially you fucking Edom, right? All right. Every act is being recorded, all right? It's being recorded, it's being seen, all right? They will be. This technology is not enough. Wi-Fi and shit. Technology. I think it is. If you can get to the book, you can. What I get on here. We're trying to get verse 18 because verse 18 goes into double the reward. Right. So all of the fucked up shit that these nations did to us started with our head, YAHAWASHI. What you did to us is going to be double. That's what we've done in righteousness. Yeah, you can take these books.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 18. Let them be confounded that persecuted me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction.
double destruction. So not only your reward, what you then take is going to be double, right? That the punishment, the judgment, your destruction is going to be double. All right. You can read that in the keywords as well.
This is the New Living Translation. Bring shame and dismay on all who persecute me, but don't let me experience shame and dismay. Bring a day of terror on them. Yes, bring double destruction upon them.
Right? Pretty much everyone who's considered as an enemy to our power, especially because the Edomites, right? And it's all nations that partaken in Israel, being held in captivity, being kidnapped, being stolen, robbed, killed, raped, murdered, and the wickedness that was done onto us, right? Your destruction is going to be double, right? So, we'll move on to the next one. Psalm 18:42. You got that? How you doing?
This is Psalms chapter 18, verse 42. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets.
Yeah, we definitely get that. Word that stood out?
Pulverized.
Pulverized, right? Something my friend did.
D-E-R.
Pulverized.
No.
D-E-R.
Yep.
I-V-E, right? Polarized definition, right? We're going to give you like a visual, right, of what polarized looks like, okay? All right. So if you read the first bullet, okay, defeat utterly. All right. So read that again.
Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as dirt in the streets.
So instead of saying beat, now mind you, let me make this clear, we're not adding or taking from the words of YAHAWASHI. We're doing a substitute, a similar term for beat. You're gonna read it, you're gonna read it again, just so you can hear what it sounds like when the bird is reading. Okay, so for polarized, you can let's say go into beat utterly, and then we can go into similar kinds of words that polarized. You can have louder, and you can use some of
Then did I utterly defeat them small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets.
So then I beat them small, right? So and also like the polarized, defeat utterly. It said, then I will slaughter, right? Slaughter, massacre, flatten, turn inside out, destroy, crush, whip, break, annihilate, right? So demolish, blow out, and the list goes on, right? So here, think of how bad those who are considered as an enemy to YAHAWASHI is going to be defeated, right? How badly their beating is going to be, all right? And mind you, Yahawah is going to send pledges and certain events that's going to take place on the masses of the world here. They consider use our power, but he's also going to use his people to execute all of this that happens. That severe ass whooping, all right? The next one, 31, 51, 19,
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel, the rod of his inheritance, the Lord YAHAWAH B'Shem Yahushai of hosts is his name. Come on. This is verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms, and with thee I will break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee I will break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee I will also break in pieces men and women, and with thee I will break in pieces old and young, and with thee I will break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke and oxen, and with thee I will break in pieces captains and rulers. And I will render unto Babylon and to all inheritance of Chaldea, all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, which destroyest all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone of the corner, nor a stone of foundations, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI.
Hebrews, right? They say, verse 19, but the power of Israel is no idol. He is the creator of everything that exists, including his people. And who is the people of YAHAWAH? So-called black, so-called Spanish, Latino, so-called Native Indians, and Israelite foreigners who look like other nations based off your father's seed. It goes back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which makes you a Hebrew Israelite. Now, if you don't know who your father is of this world, and this truth just happens to sit really well with you, it resonates with the spirit, you believe everything that comes out of the book, the Holy Bible, most likely you're a Hebrew Israelite, because only a Hebrew Israelite, and especially a Hebrew Israelite man, is going to be able to hear this word from him, right? So that's how you are. That's how you know you are the very chosen nation, the people of the Creator of all things. To say, I'm gonna read it again. But the power of Israel is no idol. He is the creator of everything that exists, including his people, his own special possession. The Lord of Heaven's army is his name. YAHAWASHI. Alright. Now we're going to the Babylon, aka America's great punishment. You are my battle axe and sword. Alright, talking about the elect men, David. Alright. Says the Lord YAHAWAH, with you I will shatter nations and destroy many kingdoms. Alright, so how can a mere mortal be able to destroy nations and kingdoms if we're just, mere mortals, right? We're going to need divine intervention for the power, to do this in order to truly whip your ass Esau, even with other nations, all right? So we won't be able to do it with in the current state we're in now, with your own weapons. No, to truly whoop your ass, we're going to need spiritual power to do that, right? If Esau, we know that you got some shit on the left hand side that we never seen before, but we have an idea of the kind of shit you got, right? If we want to need spiritual power in order to kick ass, Lord, what is yours, man? Right? So it says, you are my battle axe and sword, says the Lord YAHAWAH. With you I will shatter nations and destroy many kingdoms. With you, I will shatter armies and destroying the horse and rider, the chariot and the charioteer. Oh, no, it's not correct. The charioteer, right? The charioteer. So what comes to mind is when you say horse and rider, you can think of like military strikers,
Tactical vehicles.
so tactical vehicles, vehicles that that's on land, right, and being piloted by a driver, right, being driven by this driver. You can think of what's the other new Humvee that the military that a MACV. That's like a new version of a Humvee, but it's more tactical. You can actually place more weapon system on top of it, like a probe system, and whatever other types of weapon system, a 50 cal, I think, put on the team, shit like that. You know, and the rider, right? And the rider. And it says a chariot and the charioteer. So you can think of like fighter jets, drones, anything that's considered a weapon that fights in the air, and the charioteer, the fighter. So how can a mere average so-called black man, so-called Hispanic man, and so-called Native American Indian man be able to go from ground up to the heavens to the sky and destroy the chariot, and destroy the Black Hawk, the telecom, the jets, right? Right? It's not going to be a fucking block. I ain't going to do it. Right? You little shotgun, your pump, you got your crib ain't going to do it. All right? Your machete ain't going to do it. Right? You know how to know the people, but machete the lowest fucking thing. 22. With you, I will shatter men and women, old people and children, young men and maidens. So it mentions women twice. So let us make this clear. You women are not exempt from judgment. You are definitely qualified to get your ass whooped, okay? Get judged, right? So you go to maidens. Maidens goes into a virgin conversation, right? They say a girl or young woman, especially an unmarried woman. And in our culture, right? In order for a woman to marry is when she needs to give it to her husband, like you said. That's how a married woman becomes married. You have sexual intercourse, not by placing object on the ring, the left ring finger that signed document to be recorded into this fucking devil system. No, that we don't do that. All right, you lay down with a woman who's headless, who's headless with every man. All right, that's how we marry. So there's gonna be a lot of virgins that's gonna die. All right, a lot of unmarried women, even widows, right? Women who once did had a man, but their husband passed away, right? So again, with you, I will shatter men and women, old people and children, young men and maidens. All right, let's go for all nations, right? All nations, right? With you, I will shatter shepherds and flocks, farmers and oxen, captains and officers. I will repay Babylon, aka America, and the people of Babylon. All right, all of those who are here in America and you love this fucking place. All right, you are a Babylonian. All right. All right, for all the wrong they've done to my people in Jerusalem, says the Lord YAHAWASHI. Look, Almighty Mountain, destroyer of the earth. That mighty mountain is speaking of Israel, right? Those who were given this earth to, right? Most likely, the fucking Amalekites. Small hat, big nose, motherfucker, queen bee, the chosen people that are in the Bible, right? Those who are Jewish, right? You them, right? The Rockefeller, the DuPont, right? The Rothschild family, right? No, that's not the Rothschild family, right? Look, almighty mountain, destroyer of the earth. I am your enemy, says the Lord Yahweh, from the king of God. I will raise my fist against you to knock you down from the heights. When I am finished, you will be nothing but a heap of burned stubble. You can get that out of Obadiah to back it up actually. All right, this part down here where it says, when I am finished, you will be nothing but a heap of burnt stubble. And then when you go to the beginning, verse 20, where it says, you are my battle axe and sword. The King James version of you're my battle axe and weapons of war. Right? So these elect men, the 144,000 men, are going to become the battle axe and weapons of war, right? And they're going to be beating these nations so bad, they're going to be whooping their ass so bad that, especially these bad Edomites, right? That almighty man, the mountain. Here we go, right? Look, almighty son. Look, almighty mountain, destroyer of the earth, right? The mighty mountain, so-called white man, right? Destroyer of the earth. I am the enemy, says the Lord YAHAWASHI. I will raise my fist against you to knock you down from the height. When I am finished, you will be nothing but a heap of burnt rubble. And let's look up. Let's show you what like heap of burnt rubble looks like. So you get an example of what your land and your nation is going to be looking like. All right. Hey, shalom, man. We pretty much going into scripture that goes into how Esau Edom is going to get his ass whooped. Okay, right. And we'll whoop his ass, low on. All right, you can get that over there. Yeah, you can get that. While you looking for that, I'm gonna look up the image of rubble so that people can see. You got it.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI.
Obadiah. Oh yeah, okay. Esau Edom, he's very high in the stature. He's very high. He's like an eagle, right? Eagles, they look down on their prey, right? So they're that high, right? But soon he's gonna be brought down to a very low estate, very low estate. All right. So it says, thou don't exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, thus said the Lord YAHAWASHI. So our power, YAHAWASHI, is going to bring you down to a very, very low estate. All right, and this is what we just read in Jeremiah. You're my weapons of war, my battle axe weapons of war. It takes a heap of burnt stubble. So just give you an idea, all right, of how his nation is going to be like, his land, his kingdom, right? That almighty mountain, right? Self-proclaimed white man, the destroyer of the earth, right? Your rulership is going to look something like this. Your nation is going to be utterly destroyed. All right, and we're going to give you an example of what your nation is also going to look like. That 118. Yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna give him the blue Bible right there. The NLT version is already ready. He's already ready. Obadiah 1 and 18. 1 and 18. Yep. So he gonna read the book of Obadiah 1 and 18, the King James version. And then as you can see on the screen, I have the NLT version ready for you.
This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord YAHAWASHI hath spoken it.
So you got any King James version, you got an NLT version, and we're going to show you an image to give you a description, a visual description to meditate on, or what you want to be like, on how the northern kingdom, like the third kingdom, the northern kingdom, and it started with the head southern kingdom of Judah, and the head kingdom of the northern kingdom of Ephraim, right? So-called black people, right? How they're gonna utterly destroy Edom, the so-called white man, and his nation, his kingdom, his rulership, his land, like everything that pretty much belongs to him. Right? But starting as a nation as well. Say the people of Israel will be a raging fire, and Edom a field of dry stubble. The descendants of Joseph will be a flame of roaring. It's like the descendants of Joseph will be a flame roaring across the field, devouring everything. There will be no survivors in Edom. I, the Lord Yahawah, Hashem Yahawashi, has spoken. And we all know that when that second death, right, the lake of fire happened, all of Babylon is going to be utterly destroyed, and anyone that's still in Babylon, when the news begins to hit this place, so the lake of fire can only destroy Babylon. Doesn't matter if you're in bunkers, doesn't matter where you're hitting at. Everything here in Babylon is going to be destroyed, and nothing will be left alive. Will be no survivor. You're going to have Edomites already at other nations, already hiding. You may have some in Canada, you may have some in Mexico somewhere, you may have some in Germany, Russia, so on in South Africa, different parts of Africa, right? It's just that the Edomites and the nations that's here in Babylon, aka America, there won't be no more. Alright, so we want to give you a picture, a description you can like kind of look at of what we just read in Obadiah 1:18. Right? Here we go. Right, so see this fire right here going across. Visualize what we just read in Obadiah 1:18, where it says Israel is a roaring fire. The descendants of Joseph is like that devouring, it's like a growing flame, right? And they're going to be utterly destroying, Edom, right? And it says, none shall be left behind, something like that. There shall be no survivors, right? Look at all the burnt parts, right? There's no Esau, there's no Edomites, no survivors, right? They all put to death, right? Everything that stands in the way of Israel being that roaring fire, and the descendants of Joseph being like that roaring flame as well too, is utterly destroying anything that's in his path, any Edomites that's in his path, anything that's that's meant to be judged. Right? There will be no survivors left. That's why we look this up, dry stubble, to get an idea of what that scripture looks like. Okay, all right. See, everything's burning, everything that's behind the flame, everything that Judah, everything that Israel has been utterly destroying. There's not one dry stubble left behind. It's all utterly destroyed. I have not one left behind. Okay. Let's see the brother one that yes, something earlier that caught my attention too, like thing. Let's get this one. So I think it's on the 4th. 22, 23, 22. You can read that. Or I can get it from here. You see it. Bear with me. Whenever you see it, you can get it there.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 89, verse 22. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him.
So the enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him. That's 23.
This is verse 23. And I will beat down his foes before his face and plague them that hate him.
All right, so everyone that hates Israel, everyone that pledged against Israel, all right, you're going to get your ass whooped. You're going to get pledged, you're going to get judged, you're going to be slain with a sword, with whatever judgment is destined for you to have, okay? Whether it's starvation, the sword, destruction, the newly created people, Leviathan, his cousin, spiritual vengeance, actual nuke hitting you, someone shooting you down, some final destination type of death. And the list goes on. There's no limit on how our power can push someone to death. Like I can execute something. You can do the Isaiah 56. Yeah. When we get to Isaiah 56, we'll get to that by fire. Sword, the Lord playing many, the paraphrasing. A lot of you Edomites are going to get destroyed by fire. If not by fire, sword. And the sword comes in many forms. This is 56, verse 15 to 17.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 16 and 17. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord YAHAWASHI plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord YAHAWASHI shall be many.
That doesn't sound like the doctrine that Christianity and the other racketeering so-called believers of our power that came from doing his work on the right hand side, really on the left hand side. And we've been deceived, right? Right? They brainwash our people, saying that our power is going to come with that bygone spirit. With the whole this whole hand he's coming to devour you, judge you either by fire, sword, and the list goes on. All right.
Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and the abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI.
66 and 17, right? Get that in the NLT version. Because we have a lot of nations feeding us, even to this day, even though we try our best to be as clean as possible, knowing that our food is foul, but like the 2/3 of our nation, right? They don't know. They're simple, right? When they go out to eat, especially like at these Chinese food spots, right? They're being fed abominable food. They're being fed pork, rats, cat paw. Like, who knows what's that food? A lot of people will say that when you order German food chicken in Chinese spot, you eat cat paw, and shit like that. And I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen videos. I saw videos that it kind of fucked me up a bit when I saw it. I'm guessing a Moet bite, M&A, one of those crazy motherfuckers, right? Like the so-called Asian culture, right? Literally, you got one pot of boiling ass hot water, and one is like, I guess like cool water, warm water. A whole grown ass cat. Dip this motherfucker in a hot boiling water, take him out, and just literally yanking the skin off this motherfucker, getting ready to prep it, prep the cat to be a meal. All right, And there's many pictures of how these other countries, other places, they eat, abominable food. They're eating like sancocho with a monkey, a whole monkey head in the fucking soup. Literally, I saw myself a whole ape face with teeth and everything still attached in a fucking sancocho, in the fucking soup. All right, bats and the list goes on, right? It's in here in the NLT version. Those who consecrate and purify themselves in a scarred garden with its idol in the center, feasting on pork and rats and other detestable meats, will come to a terrible end, says the Lord YAHAWASHI outside. When you got people that claim to be holy, claim to be righteous, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you got those who acknowledge the fact that they're Hebrew Israelites and yet they're still eating these types of meat out. All right? A terrible end is coming towards your way. The name's a fucking number if you don't repent and get order. All right? And then especially the nation that's actually feeding us this fucking garbage. All right? A terrible end for you too. All right? We can get that. So now we about to go into, because you're doing all kinds of fucked up shit to us, to the nation of Yasharala, especially what you did to Lord YAHAWASHI and what you're still doing to us today, right? These men are going to receive spiritual powers and they're going to be whooping your ass, all right? Yeah, but the board, damn, I can't even keep up with it. I can't even keep up with it. Lord, hey, for those who are watching, the common board is a whole, it's a lesson in itself. All right, take all the notes, brother. Edifying precept. Lock you if I can't get all of them, but we got some here we want to get. We'll probably get like maybe a few off of yours out. You can get that Luke. Yeah, and now I'm going to the Luke right before.
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 10, verse 19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
All right. I want to do that again. Just for clarification. So Esau in the back, you can hear it. You can hear it.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
Mind you, when you say that I give you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions, it's much deeper than this. When you're thinking it means power, right? Just for education purpose. All right. It goes into the Strong G, 1849, and Sophia, right? And since we're talking about spiritual power, you want to read these two right here. You want to read it? I
am A, say power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases.
That's like my I one.
Damn. There's one A. Leave or permission.
All right, so you're going to have the power of choice, the liberty of doing as one pleases. All right.
Leave or permission, and physical or mental power.
All right, so it says, I give you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions, right? YAHAWASHI is going to give you the power of choice, the liberty of doing as you please, to be able to execute righteous judgment on our enemies, the Edomites, these heathen nations, even the 2/3. Right? 2/3 are also going to get your ass whooped. All right. These men are going to have leave and permission to be able to use physical and mental power, to have the access, to have power of choice, the liberty of doing as they please, to fuck you up. Okay? All right. Yeah. So if a brother want to do a fucking Mortal Kombat uppercut on you and you remove your whole head and spine from your flesh, hey, it can happen, all right?
Go.
If the brother want to do a fucking a Ryu and Ken spin kick, Hadouken, hey, he can do it too. All right, and you want to power bomb your ass to the point where you get sent through the earth. Hey, and the list goes on. All right, whatever you desire to do. Because mind you, don't just expect this to fight regular Edomites. You know, hey, it may sound crazy, but you gotta have a certain mindset to understand how deep this goes. Don't be surprised when you fight Edomites where originally they were regular humans, like a regular man or a woman, but they got they were genetically modified in the lab to where while making this he took a DNA sample from an Edomite, took a DNA samples of a gorilla, a fucking lion, a chameleon, put it all into one to genetically modify what he wants to call a soldier, a weapon, right? Now you fighting this fucking thing that was once an Edomite and now is mixed with different genetic samples of different animals just so it can have the strength, the glory of each of these animals. And now you really got to fight this thing, all right? Yeah, oh yeah, you definitely gotta get that one.
This is the book of Ezekiel 25 and 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord YAHAWAH. YAHAWASHI.
So these, okay, so once you start seeing the 144,000 elect men out there with spiritual powers and they're executing that indignation, that righteous anger, judgment, power, that the anger you're going to see them in is not his anger, right? No, it's the very anger from our power. And you already know how Jake can get in this side of the world when he's angry, when he's frustrated. Just imagine our very creator, YAHAWASHI, pouring that spirit onto those men to know what real anger looks like, what it feels like. All right, you ain't gonna be able to talk to them. We ain't gonna be able to talk to these men, all right? Because they're gonna be programmed to do exactly what YAHAWASHI was trying to say. If they want to destroy both old, young, women, children, maids, right? Doesn't matter what's their age, what's their sex, right? If they receive the commands to go execute judgment on whoever, especially an Edomite, you better believe there's no talking. It's either you throw their hands up and fight back, or just get destroyed. Without fighting back, but either way, you're gonna get destroyed regardless.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth them for their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in his manner be killed. In this manner be killed.
So if anyone dares to try to hurt the servant of prophet YAHAWASHI, they said the time when that standard is lifted, the super prophet got a spiritual ability, and if anyone try to hurt you, don't be surprised. The brother will literally blow out fire from his mouth and burn them. Those who try to fight you. All right, you're gonna burn you with that fire that comes out of his mouth. All right, and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner, he must in this manner be killed. If anyone dares to try to fight the elect, the very men of the house of David, you can put them down. All right. Like get that Isaiah 59:19. I'll get that real quick. While I get that, You can get that Psalm 144 and Psalm 18:34. Go ahead and repeat them too. Yeah. Get the Isaiah 39 and 10. And we're going to get into the word. We're going to go into the word spirit, and we're going into standard. Before you read that, let me read it first. Right?
No, the first one, and then the next one has three.
Yeah, yeah.
144 is one only has one word.
Alright, then we get so it says here in the book of Isaiah, oh, it says 51, so lot 59. 59. 19. Alrighty. So the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahawah, Hashem YAHAWASHI, from the west. West here, that one, they go America. Right? Country that's on the west side, right? It's definitely here in Babylon, they go America. And his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. When it come in, it's going to be like an overwhelming presence, right? It's going to be like, let's say, a whole troop just around your whole place of dwelling. You got a troop on the ground. You may have like a helicopter or two above you. Pretty much like it's going to feel like no way out. Okay. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahawah, God, shall lift up a standard against him. Right, so we're going to spirit. Spirit also goes into like war-like energy, something like that. Something war-like related. Okay. Strong case. All right. Alright, so the Strong's H is 7307. Can be played on here to have to move off because I'm using phone also. Right? Spirit. Look for the very one. Alright, well, we can look at some examples. Spirit is that to add that which we quickly in animation or litigation, something like that. Courage, temper, anger. I'm trying to find that word. Alright, let's read this one here. Prophetic spirit, as gift preserved by Yahawah Shai, Yahawah Shai spirit, departing death. It's here somewhere. Let's see. Went to like war-like. Here we go. There we go. This is what I was looking for. All right. Imparting war-like energy and executive and administrative power. All right. So the spirit, all right, the war-like energy of Yahawah Shai going to lift up that standard. All right. That's why the brothers are going to be like in that war-like mindset because they have that warlike energy, spirit in them that has been lifted. The standard of that spirit was lifted, and now it can actually be in the actual state of being like an actual replica war, a battle action of the war. So that's the proper doctrine would become like warlike energy, warlike spirit. All right, and then we go into standard. All right. News. That's what news. All right, the Strong H 5127. News. So standard. All right, and some examples was used by standard, right? Standard being lifted. To flee, to escape, to flee, to take flight. All right, fly, fly, right? You fly away. Depart, disappear. All right, disappear, going to going invisible, or you can teleport, right? To take flight, to put to flight, to cause to disappear, to hide. And there's a scripture somewhere in, I think it's in John, where it talks about how Yahweh hid himself from those who went to go cast him to death, and he went through the midst of them, and they even detected him. Hid will be to conceal, and they conceal will be to invisible. Right? So birds are going to be able to cause themselves to disappear, right? They'll be able to cause themselves to hide, and they'll be able to make themselves invisible, right? And just imagine you being invisible, you whooping Esau's ass, but right in front of you, be able to see all the whole squad. Right? You invisible, you whooping all their ass, okay? All right. Then you can get this one.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 144, verse 1. Blessed be the Lord YAHAWASHI, my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight.
We're going to get a precept to back that up. So YAHAWASHI is going to, like I said, he's going to lift up that. The spirit of the Lord YAHAWASHI is going to lift up the standard, that warlike energy, that warlike spirit. The standard is going to be lifted. Your brothers are going to also know how to fight too. So let's say you're a brother and did this true sincerely, right? And you've never been a fight in a day in your life. You never did any like boxing training, any kind of like combative training, right? You just know you just a plain man doing tanks, right? You know, you're a chill brother, right? But Yahawah, YAHAWASHI is going to put that knowledge in you. You're going to put that spirit in you to know how to fight. You're really going to be known fighting styles that the best fighter in this world is not even going to be able to come close to the kind of, you know, knowledge of fighting, close combat, compared to his brothers who had that standard lift in front of him. All right.
Precept chapter, the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 34. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow steel is broken by mine arms.
So brothers are going to not only be able to know how to kick some ass, whoop some ass, but they're going to be so strong that they're going to be able to bend steel, right? Let's say one of the enemies got a weapon at you, like some kind of AR or something. You're going to bend that shit, no problem. You're going to better bend a spear. You're better bend metal. You're better bend objects that the normal man cannot do. Even the most strongest man on planet Earth it won't be able to do such things. All right, we're gonna need that actual standard to be lifted to be able to do such things. All right, and then we can get that sacrifice for me and evil that they are doing. I'll put it my keep looking for them, bro. Yeah, you can't find out down there. Alright, we're gonna get the Isaiah 40 and 29. It says, those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Oh, so I'm already here. Alright, so the 29. All right, so the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 29, and it says, he giveth power to the faint and to them that have no might. He increaseth strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord YAHAWAH shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, so they can be able to fly. They can have the ability to be able to fly at will, because eagles can fly at will, right? They shall run and be not weary. So you're gonna be able to run and never get tired. And shall walk and not faint. You can walk long. You can walk for a period of time and literally not be tired, hungry, weak. Right? You're always going to be, in the spirit of life. Right? And when you go into the word renew, Google, it goes into a similar term to be altered, modified, changed, right? So when the standard is lifted, like in the spirit of the Lord YAHAWASHI, that one like spirit, the standard is lifted, right? Something about these men has to be renewed. Something about them has to be altered, has to be modified, has to be changed in order for them to be able to do these things, okay? To be able to fly, especially to fly at that high altitude with that amount of pressure, hitting against your face, your flesh, being able to run really fast and not be hurt by it and not be tired, right? So again, but they that wait upon the Lord YAHAWASHI shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint. And that's how these men are going to be able to fly up in the sky and destroy the jets, the chariots, and the charioteers. We just read, right? Being able to destroy the horse and his rider, right? Being able to break down kings and nations, okay? Being able to dash people into pieces, literally, all right? From the enemy, all right, on the left-hand side, all right? Because they have that standard lifted for them to do this stuff and get them up.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 8. In that day shall the Lord YAHAWASHI defend the inheritance of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at the day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as YAHAWAH, as the angel of the Lord YAHAWAH before them.
Okay, so in that very day, right, in that day shall the Lord YAHAWASHI defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble be as David. Feeble goes into like weak, faint, tired, right? You're very low, and you don't have the strength to actually fight. All right, shall be as David. And we know David was a mighty man. He was whooping some ass out there. Right? He even whooped Goliath ass. He chopped his whole head off with his own sword. He took Goliath's own weapon and chopped his own head off. And before he threw that, he swung the rock at his fucking big ass dome through that helmet. All right. And the house of David shall be as YAHAWAH, as the angel of the Lord YAHAWASHI before them. So these men are going to go from being like those worms, right, to where they're going to become a fucking a divine terminator, we say. All right, you're going to go. That's 0 to 100 real quick. Right? That's a huge change in a mindset and being transformed, okay? But they have to be transformed. They have to change in order to be able to fight in what we're coming into. House of the wicked versus the house of David. All right. You can use this one.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and 6. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over water to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will.
All right, so these men are, mind you, 144,000 elect men are pretty much going to be mini most high, right? Mini YAHAWASHI outside, right? They're going to be the physical counterparts of YAHAWASHI, all right? They're going to be the very gods on earth, low KG, right? So when you see these very men, not only you're seeing a physical counterpart of Yahawashi, you're also seeing a physical counterpart of Yahweh, because Yahawashi is the physical counterpart of it. All right, so we're gonna be those many gods, but we're gonna be those men, and we're gonna have the power to literally shut heaven and cause it not to rain for days. All right, for whatever time long, and being able to have the power to turn water into blood, or turn into whatever. All right, cause the young to starve, to be thirsty, to catch hell. All right. All right. The Lord was lesson was edifying. We just wanted to bring that out, put that vibration up there, that Esau, Edom, and your other heathen nations that partook in, and what happened to the nation of Israel, what happened to us in the past, and what's going on to today. All right, your rewards will be double, your instructions will be double, and your ass gonna get you gonna get your ass whooped real soon. You're gonna be up close and personal through the power. All right. So Joanna walked up to the men, walking up the precept, and flooding the common board with precept. The common board's a whole nother lesson for the viewers that might be watching. Jot down as many of the precepts from the common board and study them. All right. The Lord went to edifying. Then we close out by blessing the names of our power and give them all the glory to the name of our power. And entities of tongues that are great names of Heavenly Father, to the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also want to give double honor to the elders, the apostles, the wisdom, and the people. And I give respect to the sincere offering for our labor and work. Shalom from the believers to the house of YAHAWAH, and the teachers, all right. DTA, a ball, soon. Yashua. All right. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahawashi, Shalak, Ayam, Wa, Nashim, Wa, Bayam, Wa, Bayam, Wa, Matapayam, Call, Adawamyam, Wa, Tawayam, Wa, Yamnawa, Wa, Kata, How, Sin, Yahawashi, Shalom, Aman. Shalom, 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 Shalom,